Hey Capricorn, this is Perry Mortero's daily reading for June 7th, 2022. This is for Capricorn. Last shuffle for Capricorn. Alright, we have dark thoughts, we have playing it safe. This is about you holding back, and it's like, let's see what else is going on though before I say anything, because it just looks like if you're having dark thoughts and you're trying to play it safe, you're focusing too much on the wrong thing. You're just more focused on the future energy of like what ifs, and so then you don't make any moves. You're gonna sit back. Yeah, you're fantasizing too. Seven of Cups in the wheel. You're just letting yourself go down a rabbit hole of imaginary what ifs too. These are imaginary with the Seven of Cups. All right. Oh gosh, looks like you're trying to be lighthearted. You're playing it safe and trying to, what are you doing here? Let's see. Your dark thoughts are very interesting here. You have the Seven of Cups, the Ten of Cups, you have the Wheel, and the Four of Swords. Here's the issue with this, right? Is that 6 and 7, 13, 4. You're missing opportunities here, right? By doing this. It's simply because you're thinking about all the different ways where imagining scenarios that would make you happy. And so what ends up happening in this, but it's a dark aspect of it. It's like it's a trigger or something, right? And so because you have the Four of Swords, so this is about you may be the catalyst in this whole situation of missing opportunities with the Four of Swords as well, simply because this is a lot of times throw rock, hide hands whenever it's connected to dark energy. Four of Swords is all about getting rest, getting peace, right? Getting a peace of mind, even though you have a lot going on around you. Being able to separate yourself, right? And maybe go on a sabbatical, go into the woods or something, you know what I mean? But when it's dark, it's like you caused the problem and then you have to take rest from the problem you caused. And so this is about allowing yourself to imagine the worst, allowing yourself almost to, as you're imagining the worst, it's like going down that path of like, oh, it's an imaginary scenario too. And then you're like, how can I be happy in this imaginary scenario? But in reality, you're actually acting as though it's happening. You're acting as though whatever you imagined is real. And so then you're like, well, how can I make myself happy in this situation? But because you're imagining the worst and it's real to you, and then you're trying to be happy in the moment, it comes off a little vindictive. It's Four of Swords. Then you're like, you've set off some bombs, and now you're like, oh my gosh, it's so smoky, I'm tired, I have to go retreat. And they're like, but you did this, you started this. So how are you going to retreat? What are you going to do to solve this problem? Playing it safe with the King of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. It's like you're playing it safe and putting your heart into something else. And that all of this combined is going to cause, it's like you're coming off as an ungrateful individual. You may be coming off as someone who basically instigating things, to trying to manipulate the wheel of time, like trying to manipulate how things are going to go. The Wheel of Fortune is here to tell you that things are actually better than what you imagine it to be, because it's like what goes up must come down, as above so below. But also that is an energy of like things are turning in your favor, but you are not seeing it that way with the dark thoughts. That's in your head, and that's where most of our intentions, they start in like a seed in your mind. And so it's very important here that this is also just ignoring stuff. And Capricorn, you can get yourself in a lot of stuff here. Discovery, you may discover, there's another aspect of this too, is because of the way you're acting, your intention is to hold on to things. The thing is that you're acting opposite of what you actually feel. You want to hold on to how things are or what's going on with you. You want to make sure that things are going to be stable. Four of Pentacles is a lot of times holding on to things out of fear. You may find that you are throwing your heart and soul into things because you're afraid of losing it. Um, There's something very strange about that. You may discover the reason, your motive is rooted in fear. And that's what the dark thoughts are kind of signifying there. And the increase, Five of Cups here. Um, and the High Priestess. You're going to bring a lot of disappointment into your space if you continue on this path. So the increase of Five of Cups, you don't want that to be increased. But what it looks like is that hope is could be increased after some, all of this stuff that you're imagining and the actions that you're taking based on what you're thinking. You may feel hopeful once you realize that, wow, I actually been doing this because I'm afraid, or something, to that magnitude. I really don't want to lose it, but my actions are causing me to lose it because I'm allowing fear to overtake. Okay, and they're asking you, this is oppositional energy here too. Fear versus love. Love conquers everything, right? So you have the High Priestess here. Your intuition is going to kick in and guide you to, like, okay, don't do that and don't say that. You are going to regret it. Okay? This is about, you won't lose these things. You won't lose whatever it is. If it's a person, you're not going to lose this person. If it's a job or a business opportunity, because I see the Ace of Pentacles, you're not going to lose that, right? But if you allow the dark thoughts to take over, if you allow your fears to take over, you will. You will. Because if you're acting like this and you're holding back and then you're starting things because in your mind these scenarios are actually happening, or you allow the emotions to take over and you're like, oh, you know what will make me happy? I'll just walk away from the situation and ignore everything. But all of your actions have caused reactions, and so now you're ignoring it, and so now it's causing even more of a disturbance. So they're just saying, get out of your head and throw yourself, well, I wouldn't even say throw yourself, right? I would say more so this, right? Continue to allow yourself to feel hopeful, because you do have the Five of Cups back here with the High Priestess. If you remain hopeful, your intuition is going to remain open and clear, and then you'll be able to see what actually, where you need to apply your energy. So you have the King of Cups here twice, right? And then you're going to be able to see that you hold on to things by throwing your heart into it. Fear and love are oppositional, right? But the message for you is really that you have to shine love on fear. Love conquers everything, right? And fear is a waste, and it really does rob you, and it's going to rob you actually. If you apply love to all of your situations, if you come in with from a place of the King of Cups, he embraces, he cares, he does things out of care. You do those things, and I'm talking about with all your relationships, with your job. You just put some love on your stuff, like. You know that instead of imagining the worst, you just come in with, like, I expect the best out of this situation. I hope for the best out of this situation. And you act accordingly. You're going to hold on to it. There's no question. It won't leave you, right? You'll discover that. This is what you're going to discover, that love conquers fears. And that you've got to be I would say you've got to be the initiator in that. And that's what I'm seeing here, okay? Because playing it safe and throwing yourself into something new because you're worried that something old isn't going to work out doesn't really do anything for the situation. I know this is very much all over the place, Capricorn, and so listen, it resonates differently for each Capricorn because this is this is general. So if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you may click the links I provide on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.